Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our shows tonight, the Florida Department of Transportation getting ready to build another roundabout in Bradenton. This time, it'll be at the intersection of 15th Street East and Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. Now, FDOT considered adding just left turn lanes to Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue around that intersection, but found adding a roundabout might best meet the needs of that intersection. 15th Street East is actually expected to get 5 additional roundabouts between Tallahassee Road and US 41, but some people worry drivers may have trouble navigating through them.
I know that you're supposed to wait for the cars in the circle, but I don't think everybody knows that.
Now, construction is set to begin in March with a projected completion date of January 2019. Skeptical resident up there in Bradenton. Well, Monday morning, we may learn more about the criminal investigation into Russian interference in the last presidential election. At least one arrest is expected. And as ABC's Richard Cantu reports, we don't yet know who will be charged or what those charges will be.
Sources tell ABC News we may see the first arrest as soon as Monday in the criminal investigation led by special counsel Robert Mueller into Russian meddling in the 2016 election and possible collusion.
Most people know there were no Russians in our campaign. There never were. We didn't win because of Russia. We won because of you.
President Trump has never acknowledged the findings of 17 U.S. intelligence agencies that Russia interfered with the election to benefit him. Now indictments and at least one arrest appear imminent. ABC News has confirmed that a senior prosecutor from Robert Mueller's office, who specializes in fraud cases, was at the federal courthouse in Washington Friday. Sources tell ABC News the grand jury has approved charges. There's no shortage of members of Trump's inner circle who have faced questions about their dealings with Russians, plus others we don't know about. The president once again went on the offensive Sunday, tweeting, "The Dems are using this terrible and bad for our country witch hunt for evil politics." The first arrest may indicate in which direction the criminal investigation is heading. As for the indicted person,
the fact that the president can pardon any of these people, at least on any federal crime, doesn't mean necessarily on a state crime, but on the federal crime means that they can be thinking, feeling, you know what? If I get indicted, that's okay.
Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
And back here at home, a reminder for Venice residents. Early voting for 2 Venice City Council races will start tomorrow. Residents can cast their votes for those open seats anytime between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. at the Robert L. Anderson Administration Building through Friday, November 3rd. Just bring your driver's license or a state ID. The general election for the City Council positions will be on November 7th. Well, fall weather was upon us today once again, and I certainly enjoyed it. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for checking our first solar weather forecast tonight. Wendy?
And now it's starting to feel a whole lot cooler out there. 56 degrees right now. The dew points are low. The humidity at 71%, 77%. And we're also looking at winds that have finally calmed down. So we don't have the strong wind force out there, but we are going to continue to see these temperatures drop just a little bit more before the nighttime is over. We may even see them getting down to around 51 degrees for the overnight low, and some locations, especially east, could see temperatures in the 40s tonight. Of course, we are going to see clear skies all night. We do have that cold front that is pushed on out, and the winds have now died down. Winds are also starting to shift a little bit, coming in more out of the north rather than the northwest. And when they make that shift towards the northeast, that's when things are going to start to warm up. We'll find out when that's going to be. And that's all coming up in just a few minutes. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Now we turn to a disturbing story emerging tonight involving American troops overseas. U.S. officials confirming our military is now looking into allegations that 2 of the Navy SEALs elite SEAL Team 6 may have killed a Green Beret. The alleged victim, Staff Sergeant Logan J. Melger, found dead on assignment in Mali back in June. That's where Special Operations Forces were conducting training and counterterrorism missions.
Rangers, Green Berets, SEALs, any special operations troops are so disciplined, so highly trained. Something like this is just almost unimaginable.
Sergeant Melger's death has been described as a mystery for months now. The case is also now being handled by the Naval Criminal Investigative Service. The news comes as the Pentagon investigates what led to an ISIS-linked ambush on October 4th in Niger that left 4 American soldiers dead. A Bradenton couple is in a race against time to save the life of their grandson. 9-year-old Alex Sims was diagnosed with a very rare and often fatal autoimmune disorder several months ago, and his only hope for a cure is a bone marrow transplant. To date, there are no matching donors, which is why his grandparents teamed up with Woody's River Roo Pub and Grill in Ellenton today to host a fundraiser and donor testing event.
A great sport. Anybody who meets Alex he doesn't look sick because all of the problems for Alex are going on inside his body, but he's just a little trooper. If anyone is willing to be a donor, this is the time. It's such a simple procedure, a cheek swab. The donation itself doesn't hurt. It's about probably 3 to 4 hours of sitting there having the IV run, and that's what all you've had to put in to saving somebody's life.
If you would like to see if you are a match for Alex, you can just go to the website right out there on your screen. That website is COTA4TeamAlexS.com. Part of that money earned at Woody's Pub and Grill today will be going towards Alex's bone marrow transplant, a procedure that costs around $800,000. So far over the last few months, Alex's grandparents have raised $50,000. Well, since the days of the Jetsons, many of us have always dreamed of having appliances that do all the work for you, and now we're getting closer to that actually happening. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest in smart home tech and some tips and tricks for how to make your home just a little smarter.
Alexa, what's the weather today?
Alexa, order us a pizza. Smart homes are here and ready to cater to your every need.
I don't remember what life was like before we could talk to our light bulbs. I don't know what kind of world we were living in.
Dan Ackerman of CNET says homes are already being designed to be smart. Kitchen appliances like coffee makers that turn on the second you wake up, or a fridge that shows you what it's got inside. Doors that unlock just for you, or each room making sure you're at the perfect temperature. Even Fido can get smart.
What should be the first thing I do to make my home smart?
Get an Amazon Echo or a Google Home or something similar, and they go, oh, I'm listening to music, that's great. And then all of a sudden they get some smart light bulbs. That's the easiest thing to add. Alexa, turn off little lamp.
Okay.
And once you've got your basic setup, your smart home can help you make your shopping list.
Alexa, I need paper towels.
I've put paper towels on your shopping list.
Let you know if you need an umbrella.
Hey Google, what's the weather outside?
Today, there'll be thunderstorms.
Even make you laugh with a joke.
What's a pirate's favorite exercise? The plank.
But with all the laughs and groundbreaking inventions,
in the future, I think we're going to see a lot of issues with the actual security of the devices themselves and the networks they're on.
Are there privacy concerns when it comes to some of the smart home technology?
You shouldn't be so concerned that you completely opt out. If you don't want your Echo listening to you when you're not actively using it, you can just hit the mute button and then the speaker gets turned off.
As security struggles to keep pace, homes of the future are already here and ready to help you order a pizza.
I can get behind a smart home.
Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
And speaking of homes, a Northeast Houston woman whose home was destroyed in that Hurricane Harvey flooding got some help from a pair of reality TV stars. Doris Davis got to meet her favorite TV stars Chip and Joanna Gaines from the hit show Fixer Upper. Gaines coming to Houston to help Davis rebuild, along with dozens of volunteers from ExxonMobil and Rebuilding Together Houston. Doris Davis became emotional as she thanked the volunteers for getting her back into her home. Well, still to come here on ABC 7 with Halloween only days away, a warning for parents while getting their kids dressed up for trick-or-treating. Plus, a Florida parade paving the way to recovery following Hurricane Irma. Why officials say it marks a big step for the Florida Keys.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to see if you can get the extra benefits you deserve. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is now accepting calls. You may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't miss the annual election period deadline for Medicare Advantage. Call now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. There's some important information you may need to hear as we get closer to Halloween. Those novelty contact lenses that are parts of some costumes can do more than just make you look creepy. As ABC's Ariel Reshef reports, they could also severely damage your eyes.
A warning just before Halloween about those eye-catching contact lenses. Some so dangerous they could leave you blind. Just ask Julian Hamlin, who picked up a pair of the trendy contacts from his local gas station.
I'm legally blind in my left eye. I almost lost my eye completely.
The Food and Drug Administration says buying decorative lenses without a prescription can cause permanent damage to your eyes. This week, officials from California joining Ohio and New York, turning their sights on those products often sold at retail stores and online, cautioning consumers to be careful.
They may be widely available through the internet, but even though they are available doesn't mean that the lenses themselves are FDA approved.
As of 2016, federal authorities had seized 100,000 of what they say are illegal counterfeit pairs of contacts nationwide. Doctors warn those lenses can come with some scary side effects like bacterial infections, allergic reactions, or even vision loss.
You can pick up a pair of contact lenses for $20, $30, but when you pick up a hospital bill, it's a whole lot different.
And federal agents are conducting ongoing sweeps to get the dangerous contacts off of store shelves. With Halloween this week, doctors say any lenses you wear should be prescribed by an optometrist. Well, just 7 weeks after Hurricane Irma hit the area hard, thousands of spectators came out to enjoy a parade in Key West over the weekend, Fantasy Fest, featuring around 50 floats, colorful marching groups, and wacky costumes. One group even showed off their spirit by decorating their float entirely with hurricane debris, while another group focused on the Wizard of Oz and showed how Irma also left them surrounded by a storm of different elements. Florida Keys tourism officials say the event brings around $30 million in revenue to the island every year, and that is much needed this year for sure.
No kidding.
So I guess sometimes you need a big party to remind you, that the hurricane's over. The cooler weather's reminding me that we're approaching the end of hurricane season. Not quite there, but
not
approaching.
quite there, but Philippe is no longer, so we don't have to worry about Philippe. For our area, it's going to be more of a concern for the northeastern part of the country and the middle Atlantic. But we are feeling those cold temperatures out there right now. Readings are in the 50s, and the winds, they have finally started to die down. So we are watching that cold front continue to push out into the Atlantic, and we have those winds that are beginning to shift and die down. So they have now subsided. We have drier and colder weather coming on in tonight, and it is going to be sunny throughout the work week. So those are some of the features that we're going to be looking at. But we were dealing with the winds all day long today. up to 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts at times. And what we're looking at right now is a far cry from that. So if you're along the beaches, you're still getting a bit of a breeze, especially on Anna Maria, Longboat Key at 17 miles per hour, 12 miles per hour. But then you get away from the coastline and you're really starting to see a calming effect taking place all across our area. So 4-mile-per-hour winds, 3 miles per hour in Northport. But then once again, you come closer to the water and you're looking at Boca Grande, now reporting 12-mile-per-hour winds. So the small craft advisories are no longer in effect. We still have the high tides that are rip tides that are certainly creating some problems along the west coast of Florida. But what we saw today was that the winds were very impactful throughout the day, but they've now come to an end, and that frontal system is located way out here, so far away from the state of Florida. And as the night progresses, we're going to just continue to see these clouds pushing away from the state, and we're also going to be seeing high pressure starting to move in by the middle part of this week. So that's when we're going to start to see our temperatures get to go back up into the 80s. In the meantime, Philippe is no longer, so we're looking at probably one of our last advisories here, and this system is going to continue to move on up towards the coastline, follow the coastline of the United States, and become a problem as far as the winds are concerned for the Northeast and the Middle Atlantic. 69 was our daytime high today, 63 the overnight low, and boy, what a difference a night makes. So we're looking at our temperatures now in the 50s, and they're going to continue to go on down. 49 dew points and 77% humidity. So things are really quieting down for us. The winds are calm. And as far as temperatures are concerned, we're already looking at 40s over portions of the state. So we've got Tallahassee at 44 degrees, Gainesville at 45. As you move farther on down to the south, we are looking at 70s down around Key West. But our viewing area right now in the 50s, just about everywhere you go. The exception, of course, is Boca Grande, now at 64 degrees, but some places tonight could see temperatures dropping down into the 40s. There is that possibility we may see one or two places getting down to about 49 degrees, maybe at the lowest. But these are the temperatures that we're looking at right now. And of course, throughout the night, we see those temperatures going down, and then during the day tomorrow, they're going to start to come back up. But we're going to see temperatures close to that 70-degree reading for daytime highs tomorrow. But it's going to be a couple of chilly nights before we get through to the middle part of the week. Winds have calmed down. We no longer have a small craft advisory in effect. Seas 1 to 3 feet, a moderate chop out on the bay and inland waters. And tonight, a cold temperature of 52 degrees is expected. Over the next couple of days, this is what we're going to be seeing. Temperatures are going to be nice and mild tomorrow and Tuesday, and then on Wednesday things start to warm up. We get closer to normal with our temperatures in the low 80s beginning on Wednesday. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. Sports is coming up next. Stick around.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana. It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,500 on average on their prescription costs. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that could cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-824-8241 or go to humanabigbook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Do you have type 2 diabetes, which requires daily blood monitoring? If you have diabetes, are you on Medicare, Obamacare, or other health insurance? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for diabetic testing supplies at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. Our accredited staff will handle all of your paperwork for free. And best of all, your diabetic testing supplies are shipped directly to your home for free. Call now to see if you qualify for a meter upgrade and a free pedometer to monitor your daily walking. Use alternate testing sites, a smaller blood sample, and even hear your results out loud. Will you qualify for diabetic testing supplies and an upgraded meter covered by Medicare, Obamacare, or health insurance at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you?
Find out for free by calling the Diabetes Resource Center at 1-800-394-1098. That's 1-800-394-1098, 1-800-394-1098.
ABC7 is giving you the chance to win a dream vacation for two to Paris. Watch ABC7 Good Morning Suncoast weekdays starting at 6 a.m. for the word of the day. Then register that day's word by midnight at mysuncoast.com. Good luck.
Now, sports.
A season that began with such high hopes for a Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad that finished 2016 9-7 is now free-falling following the team's fourth straight loss on Sunday. Jameis Winston, who may still be dealing with a shoulder injury from 2 weeks ago, had 2 picks, a fumble, and no touchdowns in 38 pass attempts against Carolina. The defense gave up only 17 points to the Panthers, but the Bucs only able to muster a field goal in the loss. The Bucs missed the playoffs last year after slipping to 3-5. Tampa Bay is now 2-5 in 2017. Pittsburgh Steelers in Detroit tonight for Sunday Night Football. A bit of defense in the first half. Both teams struggling to score touchdowns early on, and Ben Roethlisberger throwing his 9th pick of the season right there. Second quarter, Roethlisberger just going to heave one up to the game's highest paid receiver, Antonio Brown, and he comes down with that 40-yard completion. It sets up a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run, followed by another entertaining Steelers celebration. Lions kick 4 field goals in the first half, 1 so far in the second. Steelers lead it 20-15. Game 5 of the World Series, we're back to the starters. Dallas Keuchel for Houston and Clayton Kershaw for Los Angeles. Dodgers beat Keuchel in Game 1 and score 3 runs in the first inning, 2 off of that 2-out bases-loaded single from Logan Forsythe right there. And then later on, Forsythe would be caught stealing on a pick attempt, but that throw to second base is wide. He makes it to the bag, and another run scores. It's been a seesaw game now in the bottom of the 6th, and the score is tied 7-7. University of Florida Athletic Director Scott Strickland spoke Sunday night about the decision to part ways with head football coach Jim McElwain. Strickland saying that decision came in part because he wants the Gators to be fun again, and he asked his defensive coach, Randy Shannon, former Miami head coach, to take over as interim coach of the Gators. Strickland also indicated a settlement had been reached in McElwain's $12.5 million buyout, but he wouldn't give any more detail on that agreement. Florida's 42-7 loss against Georgia on Saturday was their 3rd straight, dropping them to 3-4 on the season. The Gators currently rank 113th in total offense, just 3 years after McElwain assured fans that he could win with his dog at quarterback. The team that delivered McElwain's fatal blow has been rewarded with the number 2 spot in the latest AP poll, and Georgia's not the only team to move around. Every top 10 team except number 1 Alabama shifted after some high-profile losses, including Penn State and TCU. Here's a look at the top 5. Ohio State back in, along with Wisconsin and Notre Dame. Miami is pushed to 9 by no fault of their own. Undefeated UCF is now 15th, and USF gone after a huge home loss to Houston. Also, remember, the first college football playoff ranking of 2017 will be put out this coming Tuesday. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $15 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one. I picked this simple phone.
I use my son's old smartphone. Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help. Sometimes.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change. Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch to Consumer Cellular. And with our 30-day risk-free guarantee, it's easy. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, the newest and most popular addition to Ohio State University's marching band is a 2-year-old. It's plastic trumpet playing Nolan Rowe, who got instant fame when his mother posted a video of him marching to the band's music on Facebook. The prodigy is entirely self-taught. That was an impressive move right there, dot in the I. His father says Nolan started marching on his own when he saw a video of the band playing at games. The band members loved it so much, they invited him to play during Saturday's pep rally before the football game. His mom says she has no idea how popular her son would become.
The first time I posted, I thought a few family members would like it, smile from it, and then it just kept going and going, and now it has over 2 million views.
And that outfit is sweet, by the way. Looks just like him. Nolan still has plenty of time to hone his craft before joining the band for real. He'll be finally old enough to try out in 2033.
Wow.
Keep practicing, buddy. And now taking a look at the weekend box office. No surprise here, movies with scary themes coming out on top this Halloween weekend. The top spot going to the horror flick Jigsaw, which raked in more than $16 million, while Tyler Perry's Boo 2, A Medea Halloween, was pushed to number 2. The Halloween-themed comedy is expected to bring in about $10 million. It's followed by Geostorm, a sci-fi thriller about a global weather disaster.
We don't need to see a film for a global weather disaster.
No, we do not.
Oh,
we've experienced plenty of those.
No, we've had enough. We've had enough all around
Good timing,
the country.
though, right? I mean, who could have predicted that with the shows? Well done.